everybody, how we doing? It is Bobby Gaines again, here with a live rant in April 2018, as I just want to kind of talk about what we've seen from Mall Tour 2018 so far, the fourth consecutive season of Mall Tour action, technically my sixth time doing it, my sixth year of Mall Tours, but the fourth time in this new revamped format, and yet again, I guess it shouldn't come as a surprise, but you never know. 2018 has delivered big so far with two Mall Tours that I just put out earlier this past week, going to Holyoke, Mass, and before that going to Burlington. I kicked off the Mall Tour officially on March 3rd, which was a lot earlier than I usually do, but I kicked off the Mall Tour in early March, went on another Mall Tour on March 25th going to Holyoke, and, you know, wanted to kind of squeeze a third one in there, but just didn't work out. But even so, Mall Tour 2018 is in full swing. I hope you guys liked the videos. I really did. I really liked going there, seeing the malls, of course, but also, you know, just having a great time with my friends. And, you know, I just kind of want to talk about the mall tours we went on, but also, like, how I see this mall tour going down. And so far, of course, it's off to a great start. I mean, I never know when I bring back a mall tour, when I bring back anything. I never know how it's going to actually work out. I can still remember, you know, kicking off the mall tour in early March, going to Burlington, and kind of wondering if maybe it was too early to bring it back. I know the mall tour had just wrapped up in November of 2017, so there had only been like a few months really in between them. It almost didn't feel like a new year had started yet. But at the same time, it was one of those things where I don't have a lot of time to go on mall tours this year. I can already tell that, you know, this year I've got a third job, I've got, you know, my friends have jobs, a lot of stuff, you know, has to come together for a mall tour to even happen. So it was early March, I had a Saturday off, and I'm like, you know what, let's just do it. Let's get this going. And I went to Burlington Mall with Lex and Hector. Hector was all new to a mall tour. To me, it's great that, you know, even 4 years later, I'm bringing new people on mall tours, and they're enjoying the tradition. And I've been lucky enough to have a variety of people on mall tours. I know Caitlin's been like kind of my main mall tour companion in the past years, but I've had a lot of other people too, you know, whether it was Angela, Crystal, Joe, John, Jeff, Frankie, all these people who have appeared in one mall tour or another, and also making his return was Kurt going to Holyoke. So a lot of people are involved in the mall tours. I'm hoping a lot of people will be involved in the mall tours because, as I've mentioned before, the mall tours don't necessarily rely on malls. I mean, there will always be malls, but it relies on people, and it relies on people who want to have fun, who want to have a good time, and Lex and Hector took to that right away. Going to Burlington, I could tell it was going to be a fun time already, although finding parking wasn't a good time, but the actual going to the mall was a lot of fun. The usual stuff, you know, we checked out a bunch of stores, Lex even bought some stuff, go figure, I still didn't. And then, you know, from there we went to Holyoke, which was a mall that I saw in 2015, and, you know, don't be surprised if we see a few more malls that have appeared in past mall tours. I've kind of reached the point, like 2017 checked off a lot of malls on my list that I'd always wanted to go to. I finally finished seeing all the malls in Connecticut last year. I saw some of the biggest malls. I hit Destiny USA, which was a huge one for me. Don't think I'll be going back there just because of the distance, but that was a great mall to see at last. So for this year, you know, it's going to be not a lot of old malls from past mall tours, but, you know, a good amount of them, along with a few new ones that I do want to see that I didn't get to see last year. So that's why for the first two mall tours, I did one that I had seen, one that I haven't seen, to kind of balance things out. And, you know, it had been 3 years since I saw Holyoke, so it didn't exactly feel like, oh, I was just here. Like, it did feel a little new to see it again. And it was really nice. And as usual, you know, Kurt lending his personality to the effort, just adding that extra layer of comedy, because I really, the mall tour videos have kind of been all over the place in terms of identity. You know, there have been moments where they're really informative, there have been moments where they're very kind of slow-moving, like just kind of showing the malls themselves. There's been other kind of more random moments, but, you know, the comedy has always been there, and I feel like in these first two mall tours especially, the comedy was there. Just tons of laughs, and I love to see that, you know, laughing and just having a good time, because that's what the mall tour is all about. Part of that is the road trip that I don't always catch on camera, but then once we get there, just kind of all the fun and the trouble we can get into along the way. So, you know, what's going to happen for this mall tour, I don't really know. I mentioned it in my Mall Tour 2018 preview rant that this probably isn't going to be as long as past mall tours, and that's okay. I mean, I never really meant for Mall Tour to be like 14, you know, 11 or 14 stops long. You know, even if this year we only go to 8 or 9 or 10 malls, you know, again, I don't know. You know, maybe I get lucky, but for the most part, finding time to do them, finding the locations, finding the people, all that stuff, Doesn't always come together, but when it does, it's a good time. And I'd rather have 5 or 6 really good mall tours than have like 15 mediocre ones. So the first 2 were fantastic. I'd love to know your thoughts on the videos and everything that came together from there. Got some more planned, hoping that they're going to be equally as great. Gonna maybe bring in some new people, maybe not, but we will see what happens as Mall Tour 2018 continues. Check it out.